back to it and you can find it in a new place, or you can find something new, which is something that I experienced with my father, which was what I shared on my post. And how I realized that over time, I actually had to let it go. The whole relationship, I had to let it go. And then over time, I was able to understand that we didn't have to have the father-daughter relationship that I've had in my head. We could have another version of it. We could start more as friends. We could connect more on another level. We could connect human to human, you know? So anyway, I was thinking about just how deep that is, and because of your overwhelming response to it, I want to just jump in and see how you're feeling about relationships. And in this time of reflection and self-reflection, hi Jessica, to you, beautiful soul, as well. Are there relationships that you're working on? Are there things that you're realizing that you want to let go of? Are there things that you're realizing that they can evolve, or you've evolved? You know what I mean? And so not only do I want to check on how you're doing out here during this time and how you're feeling, but I also wanted to check in on what you're thinking about your personal relationships and what you're learning about it, what you're learning about yourself, because I think it's such a powerful thing. First of all, to recognize that even when something starts out rocky, it can turn around and become something that's you understand more and can be more fulfilling. Or sometimes the strength in letting go completely and making sure that you're loving yourself most of all is the lesson. You know what I mean? Is the lesson. So tell me who wants to jump in live with me. Give me some love. I'm going to bring you in, check in on how you're doing, and hear where you are in this process. And thank you again so much for your love for more myself, and just for me, and just for being open to listening to my journey and for sharing yours. Because, there's some things. Let me just read one or two of these that were on here that was so unbelievable. Oh, this one from Sharon. By the way, Sharon, I adore you and I love you. And you said, this is so powerful and a great reminder of why I love my job. As a child therapist, there is so much pain and sadness in this letter, and it makes me want to somehow go back in time and work with you. There's no right way to feel about things. This was your truth and an essential part of your healing. Thank you for sharing it. Wow, I was thinking about that. How important it is that you, Sharon, are working with kids through their emotions and what they're going through, and how that's feeling for them, right, Sharon? So I love you and I love your job. Thank you for doing your job and for touching people so much. All right, who wants to jump on with me? Let me see who's in here. I'm gonna just pick one and see what you're all about, what you're going through, what you're feeling, and we're going to connect. Here it goes. It's working. We're gonna do this right here. I think it's happening. We're just spontaneous. It's connecting. Oh my gosh, you're driving.
I'm at the back of a shared car.
Wait a second. Are you okay, you're in the back, so you're not driving. Someone else
No,
is
I'm
driving.
actually a foreigner living in Shanghai, in China.
Wow. Oh my gosh. How long have
Yeah,
you been in China?
going on 11 years. And
Wow.
I wanted to say thank you for being an inspiration. I'm also a singer-songwriter, and you've been a really big inspiration to me. So I just wanted to say thank you for being true to who you are, and yeah, more power to you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too. And tell me something. How are you doing during this time? How are you feeling?
To be honest, it's been pretty tough because like I haven't had work since January. Like both my streams of income, like the doors are still closed, but
Yeah.
I've been getting by. I'm doing like some voiceovers. I've been giving singing lessons.
Okay.
But I've been trying to keep positive. Like we're actually putting together a musical called Someone,
Ooh.
and the funny thing is my artist name is Jen Someone. That is not connected at all. It just so
But
happened
it
that it
is.
was that
No, it
way.
is connected. You just,
Yeah, and I can't believe I'm talking to you right now. This is really cool.
this is amazing. Can I ask you,
I mean,
do you
yeah.
have any things that you've been realizing during this time, or growth that you've been going through in regards to relationships with other people that you love, or that you've had a hard time with not only just love relationships, but maybe with parents or siblings? And have you learned? Do you have any reflections about just where you are with your growth?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I feel like even though it may seem like I lost everything because, like, I got separated from the guy I was dating. He's now stuck in Austin. I was stuck behind a travel ban in Manila. Then I came back. Like, I just feel like it may seem like I lost everything. It may seem like my life fell apart, but I actually feel like it's falling into place. And I'm really being able to dig deep into who I am, not just as a person, but as an artist. And I really feel like the songs that I'm going to be writing are going to be like deeper and like and I really feel my power as an artist and as a writer during this time, like my
Yes.
friend who was doing the musical by himself, he's like, everyone's saying I shouldn't do anything now because we should be sensitive and it's the virus. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, people need us now. People need us to
Yes.
like break them out of their shell. And now we're like building a whole community around the musical. And people are like, we need to connect. I've been stuck inside. Even this
Yes.
old French lady who's like, said, even my dogs feel cooped up. She was saying, like, so
So you're
it's just,
healing
it's,
people. You're healing people,
yeah,
and you're finding your own growth, and I think that's so amazing. And I'm so happy I
yeah.
could check in with you at the back of a car while you're
Yeah,
driving
I'm
somewhere.
just like, what are the chances? I'm coming home from going dancing, like at a
Yeah.
friend's like first live set since January, and
Wow.
I'm like, oh, Alicia Keys is live. I'm like, and now I'm talking to you. I'm like, what?
You see, everything is going to continue to be greater and greater. Thank you for checking in with me, and be safe, okay?
Yeah, you too,
All right,
and
Mama.
thank you. Keep inspiring the way you do. Thank you.
Mwah. You too. I'll talk to you
More
later.
power to you.
You
Awesome.
too. Bye bye. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Look at that beautiful story that she was able to share with us. I want to go live with another person. We're here talking about. I did a post yesterday about my relationship with my father and how far it's come, and I wanted to share it because I'm proud with the fact that the relationship has evolved to a place where we are communicating, we can love each other, we can know each other as adults, as human beings, human to human, and connect, just person to person, and be honest about where we come from, and even talk about where we're going. I mean, we're actually setting up a call tonight to talk more about, like, what is our relationship and what do we want it to be. And at the time when I shared the post that I did, I was very angry. I didn't want my father in my life anymore. I mean, my mother's a single mother, so we didn't live together or anything. And I just felt like that it wasn't serving me, and it was so hard to feel. It was so hard to feel. I didn't want to feel like the sometimesness. So anyway, I wrote about it yesterday. I posted about it. Your responses to me about your own relationships were moving, so moving that I wanted to start this live today called Cheers to the Evolution. You hear me? Cheers to the evolution, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to evolve and grow. And, let me share another story that somebody sent to me yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful and brilliant. And Carter's mom, Momsy, said, this gives me all the feels. I had a very similar relationship with my father. It was only this past summer I saw him for the first time in 10 years. I told myself I could never let go of the hurt and anger. There were things that happened in my childhood that I felt a father was supposed to protect a daughter from. However, after having an emotional return to my hometown, I went and visited him and his wife. He's sick and has cancer and COPD. I don't know how much longer he has, but I knew I didn't want to hold on to that. I can't say we'll ever have a close relationship, but I was soul repairing to let go of the hate and anger. I'm reading your book right now. Your music and words have always spoken to me. Thank you. Yo, I understand that so seriously, because there was a moment in my life when I was just holding on to all this anger, particularly towards my father. And I was, feeling like if I was angry, and if he just knew how angry and all the things I was holding on to that I felt was done wrong, or wasn't done fully, or wasn't done well, or whatever, that he would know it and he would feel it. And just because I was holding on to it, he would get it and learn it and never do it again. And he had no idea. How's he supposed to know all the anger and and these feelings that I'm holding on inside? How would he know? He was living his life, and I'm not saying that he didn't feel badly or, want to also repair it or whatever, but we do this thing to ourselves where we hold on to all this anger, and we're the ones that's swallowing the poison of it. Nobody else is feeling it. That person that we wish would know don't know. So I learned, just like this beautiful post was shared, that to soul repair, to really let that go, to really actually give yourself peace. You have to let it go, because the poison that you're holding on to is only in your soul. And we don't need that. In order to move on, we don't need that. We got to let that go. So that was a beautiful post. I want to bring somebody else in. Please come talk to me. Tell me how you're doing right now. Tell me about a relationship that you have that you're mending, that you're realizing that you need to let go of, that you are wanting to evolve. Tell me something that you're working through, that you're going through. I'm just going to pick someone random and I'm going to bring them in and let's have this conversation, because it is so cool. I'm excited. We're seeing. Okay. All right. Come on. I think. Hi.
Oh my God.
Hi. How are you
Oh my
doing?
God.
You're so beautiful. Look at you. You're stunning.
Oh, you are.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. How are
Can't believe
you?
it's happening.
Where are you?
I'm in Amsterdam.
Oh, my favorite. My favorite.
Oh my
I love
God.
Amsterdam.
Oh my God. I can't believe this. I've been a fan of yours since like forever, since you started. And
Oh my
I
gosh.
play the piano and people constantly compare me to you. And I
Oh,
just
I
don't.
can see it. I can see it.
Oh my God. I can't believe this.
So how are you doing during these times? How are you feeling?
Uh, so much going on. So much going on. Um, I try to keep my balance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a Reiki practitioner. I work with energy as well. So
Yes.
this is what I do to keep myself centered and to kind of be that, that beacon of calmness and of balance for other people as well, and to maybe help them out as well. I mean, as
Wow,
much as
that's
I
so
can.
good. Do you do it? Do you do it? And now in Amsterdam, what are you guys quarantined in Amsterdam or no? Or what's happening?
Yeah, we are, but we're
Mm-hmm.
slowly coming out
Mm-hmm.
now. But yeah, we have been quarantined, but I don't think it's as strict as it states protocol.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And have you, with your beautiful wisdom, have you been working through any relationships or even emotions about relationships, and how have you been able to evolve through them? Have you found that you need to let go of some things just so that you can protect your heart? Tell me a little bit about your experience.
Yes, yes. I mean, I've had such similar things with your journey actually, and I saw your post on your dad and your father and your process in that. And I just like I sent it to my mom this morning and to my sister, and I said, "Are
Wow.
you the same person?"
Right. We
Yeah,
are.
we are. I mean, we're all connected. We're all one. But this story of yours that we share, I'm so thankful that you're sharing this with the world, because I think a lot of women, especially, go through stories like that, and it's very similar actually to my story.
Yeah. So
um,
how have you moved past it, or have you not? Because sometimes you can't, or you have a difficult time doing it.
I know. It took me a long time. It took me years and years to even get ready to know that point of slightly forgiving my father, that person. But I I just worked a lot on myself. I just did a lot of slow work, and
Mm-hmm.
I just found that the forgiveness comes from here, from my heart. and you know, the release as well, and the anger, the hurt that I felt towards, you know,
Yeah.
my mother. It kind of resolved in that way of just really just constantly keep on, you know, giving myself that love, and 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 also acknowledging that, you know, our parents are also just, you know, other human beings,
Ah.
right?
So even maybe at some point, I mean, it's hard. Trust me, I didn't feel any empathy in the beginning, but at some point, maybe we could feel empathy for the fact that, you know, our parents, our siblings, our friends, anybody who we might be having a difficult relationship with, even though it's so much love attached to it,
Right.
are just human beings. And there's no like roadmap to this thing. And there's no, you know, you don't get a test or an instruction manual. Like you don't even know what to do most of the time.
You don't.
And so maybe we can have some empathy for that.
Exactly, because we're, I mean, you're already a beautiful mother, and we're going to be parents as well. And we're also, you know, still learning every day. We're still going to make mistakes, you know, and we just like do the best that we can. And I think that's the thing that I kind of, the, the, the point where I got in forgiveness was just to understand that, you know, everyone, even my parents, they still make mistakes, but they do the best that they can at
Mhm.
that moment.
Right. Wow. Well, you know what? That was such a jewel you dropped. Thank you so much. I'm so
Thank
happy to see your
you.
gorgeous spirit and face.
You are
And
gorgeous, and you're such an inspiration. And I mean,
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. And I can't wait to see you soon because soon this is all going to be in a way that we can continue to see each other. And I can't wait to be in Amsterdam, Morocco, and South Africa, and all the places
I,
that I'm on right now, and New York, and America, and everywhere. And I
I,
adore you. So thank you for your love.
we should hang out when you come here.
I mean,
I'll
obviously.
be around.
All right. Take care,
All
Mom.
right. You
Talk to
too.
you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
You.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so